Hello, Magic Casters of all shapes and sizes! My name is Chance, welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 70th episode of our second level spell series. Today we are looking at what we've actually been discussing in the comment sections for quite a while now. We're going to be looking at Spider Climb. This spell is usable by the Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, and Artificer, and it is found in the good old Player's Handbook, so we should all have access to it. This is a spell that most people like quite a bit. Sometimes monks get a little bit upset over it, because at later levels they get an ability that lets them basically do the same thing, and it's also the equivalent of a second level spell slot, but whatever. I think this spell balances very nicely. I don't think it scales that great, but I do think it's pretty fun. In any case, let's take a quick look at its mechanics here. The effect at a glance is as followed. Target can walk along vertical surfaces and upside down. They get a climb speed equal to their walking speed, which is pretty cool. The cast time is just an action. The range is touch, which is very interesting. The duration is 1 hour, and it is concentration, which is disappointing naturally, but whatever. The components are the Holy Trinity, so that is verbal, material, and somatic. If you're curious about that material component, it is a drop of bitumen and a spider. Very cool stuff. And the school is Transmutation, which makes a lot of sense. Now let's take a look at the full description here, and just better break this spell down. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free. The target also gains a climbing speed equal to its walking speed. Very cool stuff. I think climb speed is arguably one of the best speeds in the game outside of maybe flying, but even then flying has a lot of downsides to it. Now, something I would like to point out relatively quickly here is that you can cast it on other creatures. Once again, it is a touch spell. A lot of people seem to assume the range for this is self. It is not. Another cool thing to note about it is that it can be cast through familiars as well, which just really helps out in a pinch. Now, let's take a quick look at some alternative uses here and see if we can get those creative juices flowing a little bit. So one of my favorite uses is to use this on important NPCs you're meant to protect. It just really helps them get out of a pinch, really helps get them out of combat, and just keeps them in a safe area. Naturally, it's safe to say that there are better spells for this, but push comes to shove, Spider Climb still works great. Another great place to use this spell is to cast it on one of your clumsier allies while you're making your way through a trap-filled dungeon. I really like this because it lets them circumnavigate a lot of traps that would otherwise give them a great deal of harm, and that in turn helps a lot with resource management. And as you guys have mentioned in the comment section, a great way to use this is alongside the Fine Steed spell, and you can essentially get Spider Horse. Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty wild. I couldn't think of a lot of reasons why you'd want to, per se. I mean, your movement's great, don't get me wrong, but it is pretty interesting. It is. I'm surprised you guys have talked about it so much. In any case, there's another use that I actually thought of after doing this animation, but this works really well with any party member capable of grappling. For example, let's say you're in a place with higher ceilings or in a multi-level building or beside one at the very least. Just grapple an enemy, run up to the top of the building, and just throw them off of it. It's kind of funny, and some DMs are bound to dislike that, but I still think it's pretty freaking hilarious. In any case, if you have any alternative uses, ideas, thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, please put it down beneath in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. Also, if you like that cool hand-drawn Warforged and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D character, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, happy casting, everyone.